And we are live. It is Flock U. We are live here at Bucca di Beppo right here on Wolf Road. And it's become like one of our favorite places to hang out and obviously eat. That's more of a me thing because, quote, reasons, as you've said. But it's a beautiful place to hang out, beautiful place to see our people. And our people are already here. Is that what I have to do for every game is just give you guys a Bucca di Beppo buffet? If I get a buffet at every game, will you guys be there? Can we set that? Let's talk.
We'll set it up.
Yeah, because
Absolutely.
let's get a hold of Dan and be like, hey, listen, can you do a buffet for like I don't know, like 9,000 of our closest friends every game?
He's got it.
We're thrilled to be here, and there's a lot going on now. We had last week off because of the holiday, and I just every time just so everybody knows the reason we're saying reasons is I'm sitting over here. I'm just setting things up, doing what I got to do. A couple different of our lovely flock members came over and said, why are you always in the corner? Why are you this? And the professor himself, head coach, Mr. Damon Ware, what did you say?
Reasons.
And
we'll just leave it at that. That's a great way to put it. Reasons. And we'll just leave it there.
It's like that kid that has to be like leashed to the parent in the theme park. Like if I had an egress, I would be like all over the place, like buffalo mac and cheese. Let's go. So all right. So here's the deal. This is going to be kind of a makeup show. We got a lot to talk about. We did a show right after the big trip down to New York City, but we didn't really get a chance to talk about a lot of things. And if I'm going to be designated as reasons, I'm going to say what I want to say. So we'll get into a lot of that stuff. But I think one of the most like the things that I feel like is missed and forgotten about quite a bit is just how stacked this roster that you're building is already. So Damon Ware, if you would, the professor of Flock U, would you quick just kind of give us a refresher on the guys that are going to be showing up to play in the AFL here in Albany as parts of the Firebird?
So, and I love what the AFL's doing. We've rebranded back into the National League. The AFL brand is back. It's exciting times. And so there's a lot of teams signing good players. Everything that we have going on is super exciting. We have come out and recruited hardcore quickly to build the best team that we could possibly have in the Capital Region. And so we had a coaches meeting here recently, and I told the guys, I mean, we've recruited an outstanding team, and my expectations really are to be number one in offense and number one in defense. And so those expectations are lofty, obviously. And so, but if we put in the time, the energy as a staff, as a unit, with the players that we've brought to the Capital Region, we should be able to do those things. And so for me, I'm a trench guy. So the first thing that I want to do is obviously build out the trenches. And so if you've looked at our signings across our social media channels on our website and what we've produced is look at the type of linemen that we've brought in. We have two of the best centers in the country, and Hunter Nobbs and Sean Lockett. And again, for any players that are watching this, if I forget to say your name, it's not intentional. It's just obviously just
do better.
We're just talking.
Just work harder. You know that's right. I mean, come on.
But
by the way, Damon Ware is the nice one. I'm not.
But you look at some of the defensive linemen that we have in Metaraya and in O'Brien Goodson and from Memphis. If you've been watching our social media channels, we're starting to post some of their highlight videos and things to give our fans a true look at what we have truly brought here to the Capital Region. And so when you look at some of our big time players, obviously in the trenches, that's where we're going to win and lose ball games. I don't care if you have Tom Brady in the backfield. If we don't have the right offensive line in front of him, he's not going to perform well. And that's where we started. So our trench game has been, it's absolutely wonderful. We've got a lot of young, talented guys from Jalen Powell to Daryl Davis Jr. We have just got a ton of talent across the board. Our defensive line, we're going to sign a kid by Friday. That's going to be a huge signing. I can't wait to announce that on Friday. It is a big time player. We're excited to announce. But the one thing about us is, I've talked about it with our defensive staff is last couple of years we've been not as great defensively as offensively. And so the last couple of years we've been a little bit lower on the defense and the offense. Offense has been number one the last couple of years. My thing is we've got to be better on the defensive side of the ball. And so I told our defensive coaches, I will be super disappointed and, there's consequences for us to not be number one in defense. And so we've brought in the kind of players that we've brought in from, Kevin Voiles and Chai Hills and these guys that will be part of our front and our box. They're phenomenal. We have phenomenal players across the board, young guys like Jake Malinich. We have so many great players that are going to compete at the box. Our competition is going to be great. As I've promised the fans, we'll have one open practice where you guys can come out and see a practice and see these guys live and in person, obviously, before we take the field. That's something I always think is important, is that you guys are a part of every little step that we take is be able to be there. So you guys get to come and see a practice. But we've really put our time and energy in making sure that the positions of need are there. And then obviously our skill position players, we've never had that problem. Obviously leading the way in two-time MVP is Darius Prince, Darian Townsend, Markel Wade. We have such good guys, and then our younger guys, and we just have all these guys that are going to be phenomenal for us. Our running backs, obviously, and Trayvon Schwartz and Malinich and these guys. We've got so much talent around the board. It's super, super exciting. We brought back Hobbs in a veteran, obviously Byron Edwards that we brought in. We have just guys at every position. We talked about it in our meeting. There's times that you go into camp and you really know, you have a good idea who's going to make the team from the roster that you bring in. This year, as we talked about it, and I was asked that question, okay, do you have an idea of across the board who's actually going to be on the roster? I absolutely couldn't answer the question. And so that is what you want to build. To be a champion, you've got to have great competition. We have competition at every position. It's going to be solid. The guys that we cut, everybody's going to sign. And that's always the danger. And I tell that to our coaching staff is we've got to make sure that our evaluation of every single player is spot on, because the guys that we cut, everyone else is going to sign. And so that's the thing is we've got to be great at every little detail. It's so important for us to be great evaluators. And so we've brought just a phenomenal team. We have a couple spots left. Obviously, we're the only team to be 95% done with our recruiting. Obviously, I will go and coach a college all-star game in January where I found.
Wait, you say obviously. I don't know that everybody knows the details of that. You've been invited. So it's like a north-south Shriners type situation.
So yeah, I coach obviously was invited to coach in the Podium Bowl last year in South Beach, Miami, in early January. I will go back this year and head coach one of the teams. So I have an opportunity to get in front of a bunch of college seniors that are coming out. Last year we found two really good players from that event. So this year, again, I'll go down there from January 4th to January 7th. So again, I'll be able to evaluate. There's going to be 100-something players there. We'll go through a full combine, interviews, obviously play a game that culminates at the end and then come back. And so, there's just all kinds of places that we can find just outstanding talent. And so we want to save a couple positions for them. We're always looking to find just the best athletes in the country. And so I just, from our coaching staff, our scouting department, from myself, we've dug our heels in and said, we are going to be the best team in the AFL. And I think we've done that.
I couldn't agree more. And me, I'm always one of those guys who like, what's going to go wrong? Like I'm the dark cloud guy. You got a silver lining. I can fill that with a dark cloud. But like this roster is one that I've reached out to people. I've talked about it. I've seen what they think. And if there was betting odds right now, which there will be, by the way, or those details will be coming out very, very soon. Probably not supposed to tell you that, but yeah, you'll be able to bet on the AFL. We would be the heavy favorites to win this thing. And I say we, I mean like him, because I don't do nothing. I sit in the corner quietly, do my thing,
Reasons.
reasons. By the way, the reason the flock is so quiet all of a sudden is you look around, they're all eating right now.
Right.
Like everybody's enjoying a nice little buffet action going on right here at Bucca di Beppo, and you can come and enjoy it as well. The bar is open. If for whatever reason you don't, love the great food that's already available to you, full menu, you can go ahead and grab that as well. But right now is the time to get over here. So again, I didn't want you to think that people weren't like hanging on the words of what Coach Ware was saying. No, they're hanging on their pasta and pizza right now is what they're doing. So we'll once they're all like, actually once they're all carved out, they'll probably just fall asleep on us. We got a little worried. I know Steve over here is a Steelers fan. He's already dreaming.
Dan does a great job. Him and his staff. Obviously, we love to be here. This is one of our favorite spots to come and host the show. And so, again, hats off to him and his staff. We absolutely love what you guys do for us. But
matter of fact, we showed up today and we just pushed our way in. It's reserves the tables. We didn't tell them what we were doing. We just were like, no, we're going to hang out, whether you like it or not, Dan.
But I will definitely say just some of what you're talking about. We went to the AFL owners meeting down in New York City. And I will definitely say that talking to a lot of the owners, they came up and introduced themselves. They definitely knew about us and what we had building. And that, like I said, that's a wonderful thing to feel that you walk into a room with a bunch of successful people and they look at you and say, hey, you're kind of the model of what we all want to be. And so that's thanks to all of you, our fans, obviously our ownership group and Mike Corda, Andy Gelcher and Ricky Cesnot. We're building something special. We're here to stay. We want to put this team on for many years. I want to be here for the next 20 years if that can be had. And so, but it was great to get that much respect from a lot of the different organizations. And so, when we start talking about the AFL meeting, I think it was a great time and there was a lot of respect given to obviously to Albany.
It was interesting because we've done owners meetings in different leagues. You've done owners meetings in a lot of different leagues. This is a bunch of people who they have the resources. They're different. Like I saw more expensive like Jordan sneakers than I've ever seen in one room in my life. And it was like you're looking around, you're looking for that guy who like the suit and the whole nine. And that guy, there was maybe one or two of them in the room. The rest of them were us who, for whatever reason, they actually had money, unlike me in the corner. Reasons. But the passion was there and the excitement was there. And for me, the trash talk was there. The new owner in who's going to be taking over in New Orleans literally came up to us and said, like, we're building this franchise based on what you guys have been able to do in Albany. We're watching the film, we're doing these things. And we offer, we say flat out, like, listen, we're teammates as a league until we start playing. If it's a Saturday game, from Sunday to Friday, what do you need? Saturday, this guy's going to run a team out there that's going to kick your ass. The rest of the week, we'll help you because the league's stronger, everybody's better. But my favorite interaction was, and he's been on the cover of magazines now. 2-0, is that the guy who the Chicago owner, who again his sneakers I think cost more than my house, and he came up to me and of course we peacock a little bit at these meetings. I got the rings on. We're talking. I'm walking around like this, like there's a reason. So I'm showing off, and I got the 3 rings on, and he comes up. He goes, "Listen, I got trophies. I got stuff all over my walls too." And I told him, I was like, "Good news for you. You don't have to move them. You're not getting any more. They're all coming right here to Albany." And I didn't know how it was going to go. The large gentleman behind him looked at me funny for a minute, but he's like, "I like you. Let's talk more." So it's going to be a fun league. It's going to be a lot of people who are going to be. Honestly, like if you took an old school like 90s video game and each team in a league had this like over the top owner, over the top front office that had this weird personality that you just kind of either loved or hated right away. I think that's what the AFL is going to be. A bunch of people who've got resources and a love of the game who want to kick the tar out of each other most days and the rest of the days help each other be successful.
I mean, the thing about businesses, we're all business partners. And so from an ownership standpoint, a management standpoint, we all got to work together. And I've always hated when organizational, things where we dislike each other from the top down. And so it's not necessary. I've had some meetings with some coaching staffs of helping them understand the Iron Man rule. People have asked me, why would you do that? Why would you help somebody else? it's at the end of the day, I want the show to be great. I don't, would I have any benefit of winning 80-0 against somebody? That's not.
I wouldn't mind it.
So,
I'd be okay with
some
it.
people are okay with that. For me, it's a competitive thing. So I've spent some time with a couple coaching staffs and talked about the basics of just the Ironman rules and those kind of things. And so those are things that we've done to be good business partners. Now, on game night, yes, we're going to try to put up 100 points and hold you to 0. I mean, that's the expectations. But we want to be great business partners around the league. We want the AFL to be back and be the biggest, greatest thing in the country. And being good business partners, that's where it starts. And so, there's no coach that I won't reach out to and communicate with, and there's no owner that has questions about things that I know our ownership won't talk about. We're coming into this thing as as the beautiful prom date, and so we want to maintain the reign as we keep saying, and the rebrand has been nothing but wonderful. But we want to put the Albany Firebirds name on the map, and we want that to stay for many, many years to come. Yes, I know people are going to be mad that we want to keep winning championships, but you know what? It's just the way it is here. We have those kind of expectations. Our coaching staff, our players, our everyone. There's a lot of people out there throwing a lot of money at players to try to get good players to come in. We did not get into a bidding war with not one player on our roster because people want to be here with our coaching staff, with our players. And that's the thing that I've kind of sat back and laughed about is there's a bunch of our players that were offered more money to go elsewhere. And we didn't have to do that. We said, if you want to come here, you want to be coached right, evaluated right, you want to play in big games, and you want to compete for a championship, you come here for that reason. If you want to come here because you're going to be the highest paid player in the league, go somewhere else. And there are some highest paid players that are on other teams, and that's, hey, it is what it is. And if you want to buy your championship, great. If you want to come in and work and do the best job that you can, work 8 hours a day at being a professional football player and immerse yourself in being an athlete, you come here. And guess what? We have signed our players. It's hilarious. And I know a lot of people going to hate this. We did not overbid for players. Our whole roster we are not close to the highest paid roster in the league. Close.
Darius is right there. Don't let him know there's leverage. Don't let him know there's no. Hold on. Darius is right there. Honestly, so this is Tim Capper is just AFL CEO Terrell Gaines, who is jacked, by the way.
Yeah,
that dude is jacked.
Yeah.
He recently said that he doesn't see many teams in the 2024 league going that much over the minimum $200,000 salary cap. How open are the Firebirds ownership to paying players the quote right amount?
But that's what I was just talking about. We did not go out there and offer a ton of money for guys to come here. We came out there and offered the base contract of the AFL to come and win a ring. Yeah. And so that's the whole point. We didn't have to, like I said, I do know some players that have showed me some communication that their communication was a lot higher than our communication, but we didn't go out there and do that.
Is that what we're calling it, communication now?
We're going to
I gotta go talk to Mike Corda. Richie says that, and Andy Gallagher be like, "Yo, I'd like a little higher communication, if you don't mind."
But we just didn't do that. We had a target, we had a plan, and we told kids, "Come here. We'll guarantee we'll get you better, and we'll do things the right way, and we'll compete for a championship. And you come here for those reasons. If you want to be the highest paid player at your position, don't come here. Not because of that. If that's your only motivation is money, don't come here. That's not what we want." And we built a team, and honestly and truly, literally, majority of our team is at the lower pay scale, and it's because we're going to win.
Sorry, I'm about to be a jerk. Hold on. I always thought the Albany way was we pay the most, we treat the best, we do the thing, we buy the shoes or whatever. Are you trying to tell me it's actually we just want to build the best team and put you in a position to succeed more after you leave here than before you got here? Is that the new goal? Because I always thought it was like bribery. based on what I used to hear.
Always throw these things out that I have to speak about. I love you for that. But the Albany way is.
I took the camera off you, Prince. You're all right. I'm just saying there was a point in time where it was difficult to be the guy who had to make the check marks work, because there was a guy that had no issue saying, like, what do you want? Because I'll give it to you as long as you'll come here and we'll win. I have heard you have conversations where it's, what do you want? Because I can get you there. You know, do you want to play outdoor at some point? Do you want to be the best indoor player? Do you want to be this? What do you want to be? I'll help you get there. Very different conversations. Obviously, as a guy who has to make the lines work, I prefer yours.
Look, the Albany way is about coaching. There's no stretch of the imagination. Obviously, there's better organizations than others. And so when you're talking about recruiting players, you know, there's some part of it that's financial. And so do I ever want us to say the Albany way is going to be about the financial? Absolutely not. What I want the Albany way to be about is about being the best player, getting the best coaching, getting the best game plans, and executing the best game plans on Saturday nights or whatever the days that our games are going to be this year. That we will have a couple games that aren't on Saturday nights this year. So that's the Albany way. And
as long as your boss is happy with me, I'm happy. Nani said, "LOL, Jeff." I'm as long as your boss likes me, everything works. Sean Johnson, Sean Johnson, the process. This is the weirdest comment I've heard. I actually want to put the camera back on the flock here at Bucca. This is a weird comment for me. It's from Richard, and he said, "It's nice to be the best, but I hope there are not going to be a lot of 70-7 scores." As long as we're 70, right? I'm good with that. But like, are you guys if we win 70-70 every week, 77 every week, are you guys okay with that? All right, let's go.
And I know,
Richard, I love you, but block that idea. I'm sorry. That's absurd.
But Rich, again, we want to play the best teams in the country. We want to be in some dogfights, and we want to show that we're the best team, game planning wise, execution wise. So again, I'm all for you. As far as those kind of things, I know our ownership and administration probably feel a little bit differently, but guess what? I want to be in a bunch of dogfights where we got to coach our way out and get victories. And so I know our players want to be in some tough games as well.
Is that true? The GOAT, Darius Prince, you want to be in tough games?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, who wants to prepare for a game and like we're just about to blow everybody out? That's not even fun.
I want to see everybody else be great.
Absolutely.
But I want us to be greater.
1,000%.
So if we win 77, but they're all good teams, I'm okay with that. But I'm like, again, I'm a fan. Like I'm like, listen, I'm a flock member. I'm not the one who gets to put the shoulder pads on and put the work in that you're putting in. You know, you're busting your ass all year long to do this. But come on, you can't tell me you wouldn't love a little fourth quarter rocking chair action. Hey. You're out there, you're flexing over people. You're like, I just scored again. Listen, you guys, how many footballs do you want handed out by Darius Prince during the game? You want 2 or 50? You know, like
no, seriously, but we put in the work to be at the top, and I feel like that's the reason why people feel that we pay players a certain amount. Like we do the most to get. No, we bring guys in here, and that's always been the culture. Like that's always been our way. We ain't gonna say the old slogan. It's our way. Right. What we did, we brought guys in here that bought into what we were trying to do here, and even myself, I bought into Coach Ware and everything he wants to build here. So there ain't a dollar amount on that, So if you want to go to another organization where you're going to get paid an X amount of money to lose, do it. I mean, at some point you have to come to realize, like, okay, is it a championship or a dollar amount? Like, which is more important to you? Because the game only lasts so long for you. Money's going to be there for the rest of your life. Like, there's always a chance for you to get more money. Championship-wise, to earn a championship, to play for a championship, there's a time on that. How do you want to do it? If you want to go chase your money, go chase your money. Go do it. Or you come here and get a championship.
That's why he's the GOAT. That's why he's the GOAT right there. I mean, come on now. The flock is here.
We gotta have it, with the Albany Firebirds. We gotta want to earn this.
Got to.
It's just not something that you want to show up and.
I want to be clear though. Like, we're still paying really well. Like it's not like it's not like it's you know, we didn't pull up behind like some local stadium and go, hey, anybody got $50 want to catch a pass?
Right.
Like, no,
it's
it's
not
like
Dollar Tree.
no, but
right.
you weren't going to get in a bidding war. It's
Right.
Here's what I have for you. It's a great rate. You're going to do well, and you're going to learn. And you're going to win a championship or 7, or you can go San Antonio.
That was a tough one.
I didn't say it.
That was a tough.
That's
one.
why I'm in the corner. It's your fault. I'm sorry. Like I get it. I get it.
That was a tough one.
Sometimes you got to take the money.
That was a tough one.
It was too far. Did I go too far?
What Mike say? Dirty, but I like it.
All right, hold on. Let me ask the
Dirty,
vlog.
but
Let me ask the vlog. Did I go too far? A little too far. All right, I apologize. Dear God, baby Jesus, I apologize. But like my obviously I'm going to joke because when you work with someone day in and day out and then they go somewhere else, they obviously become a rival, like in some way, shape, or form, whether they're still your friend or they're whatever they are, they're a rival. So of course, even though they're not in our league and not in our league, I'm gonna say what I want to say. I've reached the point where I've always tried to do the right thing because I was given a certain title. But anybody who's ever listened to the radio show that I'm a part of, I say what I want to say. So I've decided moving forward, if it's okay with you guys, I'm just going to say what I want to say moving forward. If that's all right. Look, how come you keep talking about being in a corner and get all quiet? I was like, listen, I just need to make sure. Are you guys in like I know you guys have been fed well here. Are you guys okay? How's the flock doing? The bar's open, by the way. Let's get after it a little bit.
Get some more drinks in here.
Let's go. All right.
Some more shots going.
Oh, actually, literally, Mike Corda. Wow. Hey,
Mike, I love you, man.
Mike, that's what you get for not coming out. You know what I'm saying? You too, Mr. Big Time. He can't come out and hang out with us no more.
Hey, Levette.
I seen one of our block members said, "What's wrong with Dollar Tree?"
How about our defensive coordinator looking at Dollar Tree? Dollar Tree over here. What's going on?
No, because he no. So can I tell this story?
You tell whatever story. Listen, you think I'm gonna shut you down at this point?
So
I'd rather everybody remembers what you said instead of me.
So Dwayne and I have a place together.
Ooh.
So no. All right, let me start this off.
Yeah.
Let me start this off different.
Hey, love is love. Okay, love is love. They love each other. Actually, in all sincerity, it is the first time I worked with Darius all year. Dwayne Hollis was in New Jersey, and I love Darius because Darius will challenge you everywhere you go. But he's your guy. Like he'll go if you work with Darius Prince will go to war for you. He'll go to war with you, but he's also going to war for you. When Dwayne Hollis got here, it was like, oh, it's just war with you now. There's no more war. Like it's like we go against everybody else, and it's amazing. That is a great friendship. You two, I gotta tell you, I would like to camera everything you guys do together.
No, but that's something that we should capture and have for our fan base because it is great. Like we're in an apartment arguing about going to Walmart versus Dollar Tree, and I'm like,
so you're Walmart? Are you Walmart?
I'm really Target, but
of course.
He don't
pick us up, everybody. I didn't know they let goats in Target. Come on, man.
He's like, we could get the same thing at Dollar Tree, and I'm like, okay, all right. And Dollar Tree's closer, so we go to Dollar Tree. We have the discussions in our apartment.
I feel like they get heated.
Talks.
I feel like it gets heated too. Like,
yeah. Because I'd rather go up that way. He want to go this way, and it's like
you like compromise Five Below.
I like my products from where I go, and he like his. So we got to compromise a little bit. Sometimes we got to come to Target. Sometimes we're gonna go to.
We
Dollar Tree.
Coach, we legit need to just camera everything they do.
We do.
I'm telling you, with love.
A reality show
Man,
would be epic. So
the oddest couple ever. Footage. I love that. Now he's like, I'm assuming that it's about the Dollar Tree.
Nani, I'm with you.
Yeah. Nani's not shopping at Dollar Tree. But
All right.
Nothing against it, but
By the way, there is no Dollar Tree happening right now at Bucca di Beppo. There's a great buffet out for everybody. The bar is open, ready to go. If you don't find what you want in the buffet, of course, you have the amazing menu here. This is the place to hang out. This is the place to do your family meals and all those things because you don't have to pick up afterwards.
And Dan and his staff.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely great job.
I was going to say,
hey,
give a round of applause for Dan and his staff.
I like it.
Seriously, man, this is our second time here, and Dan and his staff has
look at y'all embarrassing Dan.
You,
Dan's
man.
embarrassed right now.
He get a little red right now.
Into it.
Get you a little airtime, Dan.
No, but seriously, man, the Capital Region, stop here. Stop at Bucca di Beppo, man.
Great place.
And Dan and his staff will take care of you, man.
Absolutely.
Seriously, man, it's always love when we come here. We appreciate you.
More the press conference. I think some of the important things were the schedule was given out, but there were some details that we all kind of wanted that didn't quite come out. I will tell you right now that the details that will be here in Albany are going to be pretty set. If you happen to see a rumor or two about certain dates, we're pretty good. We're going to be doing a lot of good things here. We are going to be the first game of the season. It'll be there you go. Yeah, feel free. Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
We got the best arena.
Yeah, right. What's that? Well, I like that.
There we go.
That is what's up.
Ended off on a bang.
Yeah.
Started off on a bang.
We're not supposed to say certain things yet. I'll just let you know that the reason the game is where it is it's directly after the last pick of the NFL draft, and you probably watch it the same place you watched the last pick.
You know how I am.
Oh, no?
Not tell too much information.
NFL Network. No.
We'll wait for our TV partners to announce the special events, but
I'll just say Mr. Irrelevant to very relevant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Probably, and you might not even have to change the channel. I'll just put it like that. You may not even have to. You might just be able to be like, "Oh, look, there's our guys." Mr. Irrelevant. Oh, a goat.
You guys are definitely putting me on the spot. I like to keep things under wraps until the league announces. But the league is going to announce our TV. There's some other people doing some.
That's why I like you. You like to follow by the rules.
Right.
Well, and it's important that he does, because obviously, like when you talk about arena football versus football that's played inside, they're different animals. So you got to have people who know the rules of arena football, Ironman, nets, rebounds, things of that nature. And I will tell you that I've been in rooms where head coach, professor of the flock, Damon Ware, has been like, no, that's stupid. We got to do this, or that's a great idea. Let's do that. So as long as they like him, we're going to have great football. Yeah. So they don't care about me. Hollis, you want to come over? I'll get a microphone. Come on,
Hollis. Come on. Come on.
This is why Hollis and Prince are so good, because they're just so different.
Come on, come listen.
That's the love. Is just the different personalities of the people.
I want to put the headset on. I'm gonna step off for a second.
Well, we can do. He get somebody. There is Dwayne Hollis. Everybody, come on now. You guys can both. Be on. There's a mic right there if you want it. Just. You know what? That Darius had to pee. There's so like I know you're the goat. No, don't pretend you're on the phone now. So there's like the women's room, the men's room. As the goat, just use the men's room. It's all right. There's no goat room. You have a goat room? I'm sorry. I'll be right back. All right, here he is, Dwayne Hollis, man. Hollis Island shut down Hollis, and now Coach Hollis.
Yeah.
You are. What were you trying to get him not to say? Because, like, again, and you're Dollar Tree, right? You're not Walmart.
I'm Dollar Tree. I'm all about, saving a little, a cent here, a cent there, it adds up.
That's what I like. And is that your defensive philosophy? A point here, a point there, it adds up?
No.
All right. So what were you trying to get him not to do?
No, what I was trying to do is get him, we just, signed a different partnership today. And we have them in the building as well. With the Department of Recreation.
Oh, let's go.
So hold on. It's the City of Albany, Department of Recreation.
Where we at?
Came on as a sponsor today.
Let's go.
Super excited. We're going to do a few community events with them. It's going to be fun and exciting. It's all about the youth, and that's what we want to be here, is really be able to touch the youth on a
I'll turn the
week in
camera
and
off so you
week
guys
out
can eat. Hold on.
basis.
Sorry, there you go.
But at the end of the day, it's all about that next generation, and so there's a lot of cool stuff we're doing with them. So we're super excited.
Well, and that's what it's all about. I mean, let's be real. Like, you guys are here because you care about the game, you care about the community, the team matters. To finally be in that spot where it's, we can embrace, Parks and Rec, and they can embrace us back, and we can do the right thing for everybody. That's awesome. That's just like a great job by Hollis and Prince and Coach Ware. They met with everybody over there, and they got that together. I literally just stay in the corner. That's where I belong. Because reasons. I would have ruined it. I would have been like, can I be on the swing? I just want to live there.
Let's talk about one more thing that we've got to put a shout out. Our coaching staff will be this weekend on Saturday at the UAlbany game.
Let's go
playoffs. So let's pay our homage to Coach Gattuso. Great. We were at their last game of the regular season as a staff as well. We're super excited to watch them face Richmond. It's going to be a fun, exciting time. The game time's at 12 o'clock. If you can make it out, that'd be great. We're going to go out and support. Obviously, we're out there always recruiting, but super excited to see them get the first round bye this year. We're super excited to be able to go out and support those guys as well. So UAlbany will be there this weekend, and hey, we support you and hope you win a championship here in 2023.
Let's go, Great Danes. You guys know the chant, right? UA, you ready? UA,
you know.
Let's go. That's gonna be fun. I can't wait. Like, I may for the first time in my life pay for tickets. I may actually pay to go instead of just bartering me yelling on the field. That is fun. Who said Dollar Tree? Hollis got Dollar Tree. I'm like, can I trade you services, sir? Man, I'll mow. It's turf. I'll yell. Who wants t-shirts? Okay, let's go. No, it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of cool people. I'm like seeing. There's a lot of great comments coming through. A lot of great things. I guess one of the things I want to point out here, because we're live at Bucca di Beppo, they got the buffet out. We're having a great time. This is the place to do it. If anybody here in the flock, like in the room, has a question, feel free to come on up and ask it. Like, we're not opposed to it. I got a microphone. We can do the whole thing. If you're shy, if you want to, now there's like people like, I volunteer you as tribute. Go ask the question about tickets. Like if you do have a question, you're more than welcome to ask. We're here to answer your questions. That's the beauty of Flock U. Let's do. That was aggressive. Did you hear that one?
For the little doll over there.
Oh my God! Hold on. Should we do that? Should I try to get that in? Here, hold on.
Chucky
this dang doll. Will you hold up that thing? Hold up that thing. You brought it. Don't pretend it's not yours. Don't pretend it's not yours. This creepy ass doll. What is that a knife?
Oh, that's a real knife.
It is a real knife.
Wow.
I mean, like legit craziness right there. That thing comes to every damn Flock U, like right there. And his hat does not say Flock Off. It says something very different. So there you go. But that's that dang Chucky doll there. We may have to actually start bringing that thing to games. That might have to be a thing for the like. We'll just leave it in the visiting team's bench and just see what they do. Just see how they react.
What's that?
No, so come here, hang out with us, have a great time. If you guys, everybody, if you have any questions, come on up. I think I know what two of the big ones are. You want to just kind of? Oh, you want to come up? Here, Steve. Okay. Steve is so shy. Here, take this, take that, and then I will. All right. So we, Mr. Steve, how you doing, buddy? It's good to see you again. And
guys.
All right. What's your? You're in front of that. Hold on a second. There you go. That's tech right there. What can we do for you, sir?
So my family always complains I'm hard to Christmas shop for. So
yeah, it looks like you'd hate Steelers gear.
Yes, absolutely.
Like who doesn't know what they buy this guy? Like, how about a Steelers shot glass? How about keychains? How about a hat? Like, whatever.
How about replacing it with some Firebirds gear?
All right.
I love the question.
So
and we need to get into that.
All right. So you want to talk merch? You want to talk about Firebirds merch? So I will. You don't have to put it down if you don't want. You can keep talking. So here's what happened today. We probably because of head coach Damon Ware and Mike Korda and Andy Gelcher and Richie Setsnot's relationship with the league, we have been granted permission to make a local deal for merchandise. So you'll be able to buy AFL Firebirds merchandise. You'll be able to do it through the Humble app and things like that as it gets going. But we asked, and they granted us permission to use local merch. So I reached out to good friends of mine at Elevation 10,000, elevation10k.com, and David McClett, who is the boss over there, said that not only are they in, he promises me we will have a merch page up and running before Christmas. So
We love you, Dave.
Yeah, he's man. So they're doing a lot of different things, but we will have merch available before Christmas. As you know, pay attention to all the Firebird social medias. We'll have the details for you as they get going. But we're talking today, and I go, dude, are you in? He's like, I'm in. I want to do it. I want to build the Firebird stuff. He goes, can I make Flock U shirts? And I said, if you don't, we're not friends anymore. So that's going to be a thing. And I said, when will it be up? I need it soon. And he goes, I promise you we'll have something for you before Christmas. So local business, Elevation 10,000, working with the Firebirds. We will have merch for you soon. Very soon. So we thank God that we have the friends we have. And thank God that we have the connection with the AFL that we have, because they don't have to say yes to that kind of stuff. That's the deal. Well, I'm sorry it's not here now. Wow. It's aggressive. Where's that damn Chucky doll? Oh, there it is.
And the $1 million question next will be about the tickets, correct? Right.
Does somebody want to come up and ask that one?
Right.
Tickets update. I will. All right. It is. Dan goes, the spring is broken on the door. It's broke on the way out, not the way in. So you're always welcome here at Bucca di Beppo. Right. This one's on me. I will tell you the truth. And I almost want to cover our guys over here. When we launched this franchise back in 21, the first time through, I thought it was crazy. I thought there was challenges ahead of us. When we fixed/launched after what happened last year, I realized that 21 and 22 were that's cake. So here's the deal. Tomorrow morning, I'll be meeting with yet another local company, National, and they are going to be building a state-of-the-art phone system for us that should be up and running by the end of the week. Worst case scenario, you will be able to at least put down payments on season tickets by next week. So season ticket down payments will be available to you by next week. And for those of you who have always had season tickets, even though you didn't have Firebird season tickets, you will get first right of refusal for your seats. And we're working out the time frame. Originally, we thought we'd be able to do this 2-3 weeks ago. It took a little time to build the phone structure based on what was done to the old one. Insanity. People parked motorcycles in the office. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that, but I just did. So it'll be up and running by next week at the latest. And once it's up and running, we'll plaster the numbers everywhere, and you'll be able to set up your season tickets. If you've already had them, they'll be yours again. We'll set up at least a month window for you to get at least your down payment in, and we'll work with you. We'll make it right because it took time. You coming up? All right, there you go. Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, Mike. Come on.
So my question is, when you guys met with the league and they came out with the idea with the schedule, what was said to the commissioner about moving the playoff games to a neutral city with new incoming teams?
Great question.
And this Arena Bowl being in Minneapolis, which for me, it won't be a problem because I'll be there. I had a nephew that lives there. But as season ticket holders supporting the team, and then they move it, it's not the NFL. Wherever they move the playoff game, you don't have teams, say, in Massachusetts or neighboring states that are Firebird fans. It's not the NFL where you have fans in the other states. What was brought up to the commissioner about this with the owners or the coaches?
Great question. And there was a podcast that came out this week with Travell Gaines, one of the league executives. That's not set in stone. It was something that was discussed, obviously, during the initial AFL press conference, but the fan support, they saw all the comments. Obviously, when you work hard enough to get yourself into the playoffs, not only is that working hard as a team, it's working hard as a fan base. And so they recognize those things. Obviously, they know that those are things that need to happen in a lot of communities. So we're steadily talking about those things. And so they pulled that off the table as we will continue to discuss those things. We're in 2 meetings every single week. So we're discussing all those matters. Believe me, I don't think there's one owner that was like, it'd be great for me to make the playoffs and then the team play in another state. So those things are definitely on the table. We'll continue to work those things out, but I am fairly sure that there will be some level of change to the hosting of the playoff games. It might be different for the championship game. I'm not sure. Those things have not been discussed with me as of yet, but we might do a neutral site championship game, but I'm fairly sure that we're leaning towards having the hosting teams, the teams that deserve those seeds to host those games.
So the blessing and the curse of a league that the governing body listens, right? So the blessing is they listen. Like you guys spoke, they heard you, they're willing to negotiate and figure out the best thing for everyone. The curse is that means that we have to give out information slower because we don't want to give out information that's going to change. So for a lot of you guys who've been sitting there going like, where's this? Now you know why we haven't been able to give it to you. But I don't think, like, to Coach's point, like nothing's written in stone yet. But after talking to Travell Gaines and Lee Hutton, everything has a reason. And even though it's not perfect, some of those reasons will pay off down the road. But it doesn't mean that's what we'll be doing forever. So even if there is a situation where we're doing neutral championship or we move a playoff game here or there, it may burn today, but it will cause great joy in the future. If you know what I'm saying. It's hard. Again, there's details we can give, there's details we can't give. But is that like, you asked a question that a lot of people are asking. How do you feel when you hear all that?
I think that's the right thing because as a season ticket holder, you're supporting the team. And when they move it, 2 things that happens. You're taking away from the fans. And 2, you're taking money out from the owner's pocket having a home game.
Well, and then 3, I have a lot less work to do, which I think is the most important. I'm sorry.
Well, that would be number 1. So
you're not Dollar Tree.
So,
I am.
My last question is,
I'm Reasons.
Yes.
so as coaches and owners, how do they feel about the commissioner having his wife as the owner of the Minnesota team?
Another good question. And so
Look at you over here.
Right.
Did you see him wink?
Right.
He
He's having all the tough
camera went.
questions.
Got him.
I love it. So there's always things that come about through the fan engagement and engagement from different teams. And so anytime where you have a commissioner who might be related to an owner, you're always going to think, is that a conflict of interest? And so but this league is run by a committee of people. There's not going to be an opportunity for them to have an unfair advantage or things to happen.
There's checks and
that's going to
balances.
be right. And that's the thing. And so will that conflict of interest be able to supersede the professionalism of this league? Absolutely not. And so I think all of us wanted to know those things as well. And obviously those things are put in place by a committee of individuals that will make sure that all play is very fair across the league.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you know me. If it's wrong, I'm going to talk. And I have a pretty decent platform. Fox Sports Radio, 95.9 and 980. So yeah, no, I hear that though. It is interesting, but on a different note, the fact that this league already has 2 female owners is pretty cool. It's pretty. I mean, as a girl dad, that's pretty. I mean, like and they're gonna face off. Like I think they face off week 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like
Minnesota and Nashville.
Yeah,
Wow.
Pretty cool stuff.
and Another thing, I'll be perfectly honest with you. There's no doubt in my mind that Mrs. Hutton's going to do whatever the hell she wants to do. she ain't going to ask for, and she is not going to accept favors. Like she's a tough woman, and it was impressive to meet her. So but I get it. Like honestly, like you got to ask these questions now.
These are great questions.
If you ask them later, it sounds like sour grapes.
Right.
I can guarantee you that if they're lucky enough to face the Firebirds in the championship game, they're going to lose. I'm sorry. That's how it's going to be. That's why we're here. I didn't come out of retirement to lose, you know?
Absolutely.
And by the way, retirement was because there was a crazy person in my office.
That might not be.
I mean, but the point of the AFL,
how it's so quiet? What'd you say?
I said that might not be a possibility. I think they're in our division, right?
they are in our division,
So we wouldn't be able to.
So we beat them in the playoffs.
so they
Yeah.
would.
So-
Yeah,
So we'll beat them on the way. We'll beat them sooner or later. It'll happen.
they're in our division.
Yeah.
So, but that was the whole point of the AFL press conference, was to get around and rub elbows with all the teams. It was great to meet the Nashville owners. They were very hospitable. They were great people. There was a bunch of great people. Billings owner, obviously West Texas. There was a bunch of great people in a room that we spoke and enjoyed and had a good time and rub elbows. And so and talked about being good business partners and how we were going to take this league to the highest point of indoor football again, where it was. And so, some of the things obviously we can't discuss. There's going to be media partners, and the media partners are going to be a huge announcement. I want to say them now because it's so fun and exciting.
Do it. You won't.
I won't, because I just, like
Can I?
I
I would be perfectly honest with
The
you. There's meetings I'm not allowed in anymore. I may have already said more than I'm supposed to.
We have great media partners. And
Reasons.
so we are going to play the first game of the AFL. It'll be here in Albany against the Orlando Predators.
Melvin
And it
Holland
will
said,
be-
say it. Melvin Holland
It
said,
will
say
be
it. Come on.
on a media network nationally. That's all I'm going to say. And so it is going to be the coolest thing for our young coaches, for our players, for everybody involved, for our game day personnel. You're going to be a part of a great production that's national. And I'm super excited for this league to showcase us, the Albany Firebirds, as the number one home game of this season. And so I'm super proud of our organization for being in this position. And so for our fans, we need to pack the house. We need to do everything that we can, get the merch, get the season tickets, get all that stuff done. We're going to be on a superb broadcast that when we announce this, you all are going to be super excited about. And that's what it's all about. It's just continuing to build the brand, build, the community engagement, to build the, again, you guys and having fun at these games. And this will be a superb event, and I can't wait for us to announce it.
Well, let's.
You'll have to ask the
You're
president.
moving to Minnesota or something. Let me just put it like this. Regardless of the network, y'all gonna be live watching each home game of the soon-to-be AFL champions. I'm sorry, Albany is the reigning AFL champion, and the Albany Firebirds are about to be the AFL champion.
Okay.
The Flock is about to. Oh, I'm sorry. Who? It was 2019. I don't remember.
Okay.
Was that? That Oh, you want the reigning, defending Arena Football League champions, Albany. You're not gonna do nothing though. Come on now. This is Dan, and this is all the great employees here at Bucca di Beppo's fault, because they fed them so well that everybody's already taking that.
They're ready.
Everybody's like, y'all need to get a couple shots and get rolling. Let's have some fun. Let's Dan jumps up.
Bars open.
All right, anybody else in the room that has a question? I know you over there. You look like you're ready to go.
Yes.
No, they keep pointing her. What's that?
Oh,
She's taking it on. I like it. I felt like you kept pushing her out. That's why.
But last thing, there will be announcements on our media partners, obviously our betting partners. That all stuff will be announced here, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. There's a lot of exciting things that are going to come out. The AFL is coming back to be the premier league in the country, as it was in the past. And so obviously we just want to give every little opportunity for our fans to have the greatest time, the greatest engagement during the games, to get autographs from our players, to be around us. Like I said, if there's any events that you guys have, we're glad to come out and be a part of it. All of us are here, for Coach Hollis, for myself, and DP the GOAT. We're all here in town, and so we're glad to come out and help you guys at any events that you guys have. We'll support you. You guys support us. That's the way it should be. And so
there aren't corners
we're
everywhere.
here.
I'm not everywhere. I can only be where there's corners.
Reasons.
Reasons.
Yeah.
Well, and that is, and in all sincerity, like whatever is going on in the community, we want to know, and we want to be a part of it. And the beauty of what we're doing now with the Firebirds is obviously great people who, Hollis could be in warmer climates. Ware could be in warmer climates. We know Darius, like he'd love to be in his hometown of Philadelphia. Sorry, Pittsburgh. He's not holding the microphone. I gotta say the right thing.
Wait, say 412.
But the thing is, like, this is our home. Like, this is where we live. This is what we want to be a part of. So if you've got an event, if you've got something going on, we want to be there. We want to help out. We want to do the right thing. And because of local ownership, Mike Quarta with Tech East, and Andy Gelcher with Mohawk Chevrolet, and Richie Sesnet with Constantine Farms, we have the ability to, kind of network a little bit, and not just be there for you as members of the community, but maybe get you in touch with a business or a group that can help your cause get even farther than before. So don't be afraid to reach out, and we'll tell you the truth. Like, listen, if I don't know how to help you, I'm gonna get you in touch with somebody who does. But we'll be honest about it, so you'll be able to get where you need to be. But we want to help. We want to be a part of everything, because you help us by coming to everything. You come to the games, we want to come help. That's Parks and Rec is here because, listen, they want to help.
Not
they want
Parks
to be
and
part
Recs, City of Albany, Department of Recreation.
Yeah,
there it is.
Those are
Trust
two
me.
different departments. So
Trust me,
please,
we
let's
know.
say it the right way.
We know.
I'm
Oh.
in a corner for a reason. I will.
Reasons.
And speaking of which, I want to tell you that the great people here at Bucca di Beppo have said that if you come and make a donation for the Mohawk Hudson Humane Society, you can, you make a donation, you can just drop stuff off, you can leave it. If you're coming in and you're eating, Dan said, like, flat out, let him know you're here and you're dropping stuff off. He'll take care of you. Maybe a little app, maybe a little something. Dan's a good dude. He's gonna take good care of you.
Yes.
Bucca's a family place. This is family. So and Mohawk Hudson Humane Society is amazing. They do great things. I've brought many pets home from there, and whatever one my kids said to bring home from there, if we're being honest. But so please stop by Bucca if you want to help out with Mohawk Humane, and you want to do a family meal without cleaning up afterwards. Let's go, Bucca. Yeah. All right. What do we have? What have we not covered? I think I feel like we actually have done more work than I expected tonight.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, listen. The boss even said, Nani, where? You forgot to mention Jeff. She's talking to you because you said that you guys would go do stuff. I'm not. You didn't mention me.
All right.
Reasons.
Jeff and I and the rest of our crew
Oh.
went out to Schenectady to the parade.
Oh, that was fun.
And it was an awesome time. We
That was
spent a
fun.
whole evening out in Schenectady, pulled the float around. They announced us. We were cheered by thousands of people. It was a great time. That's the kind of stuff that we absolutely love to do. And again, Jeff hooked that up, and that was a great event. So please get us involved with your events. We want to support you.
Absolutely. All right. How about this?
Also, hold
Ooh,
on.
I like it. I'm sorry.
Hold on.
Our defensive coordinator speaking up, everybody. What up, Coach Dollar Tree?
Right.
Oh, there you go. Go ahead.
I
Dollar
like
Tree,
it.
you out there, you watching? I'm with you.
We can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Can you hear me now?
Go ahead. Can you hear him? Push it closer. You get your dreads in the way. There
Can
you
hear
go.
me now?
There you go. Everybody,
No?
you can't hear him on that? All right, because I had to turn it down because of you. There you go.
Can you hear me now? Thank you. No, but honestly, the parade was a wonderful event. And I think it was my welcome to Albany moment. Yeah, and I needed to wear a lot more clothes.
Listen, I'm going to be the weirdest conversation I could ever have with everybody right now. So, took a trip down to Orlando to support our guys, right? And we all know weird things happen. It was an interesting time to support our guys. We went to Orlando. So right before we leave, we're at the hotel and we're dropping stuff off for Hollis. He comes out in NBA short style, Saved by the Bell shorts, and that's it. And I'm just like, bro, you're an athlete, and I love Saved by the Bell, but damn, put some clothes on. So don't talk to me about putting clothes on when I saw your Saved by the Bell moment. Dollar Tree and Saved by the Bell. That's the two things I know. I know that our defensive coordinator loves right there. Why are you blushing? They're gonna go home and watch some Saved by the Bell. That's what's going on right there. All right, everybody here, listen, man, we appreciate the heck out of you guys. You're amazing. You're the flock, and we love you. And Chucky fell over. Chucky's been overserved.
Be careful.
Yeah, careful. He's got a knife. Bucca. I mean, this has been a lot of fun. What do you guys think? Do we do this again next week right here at Bucca? Oh, you can't drop a sure after they fed you and gave you sodas and stuff, man. It's like, yeah, hell yeah, let's go. All right, so let's do this again. We're going to come back. Dan, is it cool if we come back next week?
Yes,
We're coming back to
sir.
Bucca next week. We're going to hang out. We're going to do the flock live at Bucca de Beppo next week. We'd love if you all came and hung out with us. We're going to have we'll answer any questions you got for us, and some of them I'll even tell the truth. That's it, man. Send it home. You're the coach.
Let's send it home. Hey, go Firebirds.
Go Firebirds!